With The Boys Season 4 right around the corner, I need to first give you all my thoughts on the previous 3 seasons of The Boys, starting with Season 1. Hello everybody, my name is Jesse and welcome to my channel. The Boys Season 4 is right around the corner, so first I'm giving you my thoughts on Seasons 1 through 3 and also Gen V. Today, this video is my review of The Boys Season 1. I'll just get right into it. I absolutely loved this first season, and I love The Boys. It's become one of my favorite shows. I love superhero movies and TV shows. I always have. And I love this show because it's so different. Excuse my dog in the background. It's so different. This show completely mocks superheroes and the movies and shows. It's a total satire on that genre, and I love the premise of this show in that superheroes are known and they don't need to hide their faces behind a mask. They don't have secret identities. They are the superhero. That is their identity, essentially. And the whole basic idea of this first season is you have this team of 7 superheroes, which is essentially a sort of version of the Justice League. I mean, each of the characters could literally represent a different member of the Justice League. And the idea is that they are paid by this company called Vought to be superheroes. Being a superhero is their job. They don't need a day job on the side. They're paid to be superheroes and do interviews and be in movies and all of that. But everything that they do is very self-centered. They don't save people because it's the right thing to do. They do it because they need to uphold their status. Everything they do is about making more people like them and increasing their kind of social media presence. Because the more people like them, the bigger their status is, the bigger their checks are. And so that leads all of them, except maybe Maeve and Starlight, to do everything for them. Everything they do is me, 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 me. And I think that creates some very interesting villains, most notably Homelander. Homelander is an incredible villain, and I wish I wouldn't have known that he was a villain before going into it. This was my first time watching the show this year. I wish I would have gone in blind. Because the twist at the very end of episode 1 would have surprised me a lot more, and I think I would have been more shocked by it. But anyway, when it comes to the best villains, I think Homelander could be in the conversation. I think he's possibly one of my favorite TV villains of all time. I think the thing that makes Homelander so terrifying is he's unpredictable. He puts on a mask, he's able to put on a very friendly mask most of the time when he's out in public to, again, maintain his status and make sure people still like him. And it works. I mean, people absolutely adore Homelander. They see him and they want a selfie and they want an autograph. And he's able to hide his true colors very well. You don't know, I mean, one minute he could be talking to someone, smiling, shaking their hand, and then the next minute he lasers them right through the brain. It's insane. And I just love him as a villain for that reason, is you never quite know what he's going to do, and you never know when he's going to snap. He literally kills several people just for the hell of it throughout the season. And I'll go more into detail in my reviews on seasons 2 and 3, but that anger and that just hatred only grows as the show goes on, and just making his character that much more hateable and that much more incredible as a villain. Now, the show title, The Boys, refers to a team of vigilantes led by a man named Billy Butcher, who want to get back at Vought and expose them for the total assholes that they really are. Nobody knows what's really going on. Any normal citizen doesn't know what Vought really is and who the Seven really are. I mean, all they see is them doing their job as a superhero, saving people and being nice, shaking hands. They don't really see what actually goes on beyond that. So this team, the boys, they do know, and they've seen the kind of villains that the Seven truly are. And in case I didn't say this earlier, I guess if you're watching this video, you've already seen the show, but the Seven refers to the main team of heroes that's paid by Vought. So the Boys is a group that wants to get back at the Seven, and the character development is awesome in this show, absolutely incredible, and once again only gets better as the show goes on. But even just in season 1, by the end of season 1, you can't help but absolutely love every single one of these characters. They all have a motive for doing what they're doing. They all have a reason for revenge. And in my opinion, that is fantastic writing. I mean, this show really makes you care about the characters, and it has you rooting for them the entire time. I think what also makes this show so different and so popular is that it's very violent and very, I mean, they're not afraid to hold back in this show, and it's a very kind of dark take on what people with these kinds of powers, like almost what would really happen in real life with these kinds of powers. And sometimes, like, they're not able to control their powers. Sometimes they get too angry and use their powers for evil. I love that this show doesn't hold back on the violence. Like I said, it's a very kind of violent, dark take on what having powers would truly be like. So that's basically it. I think this is an extremely strong first season to this show. The Boys has become one of my favorite shows, and I'm incredibly excited for season 4 to see where they're going to go with that. Stay tuned for my reviews of season 2 and season 3 coming very soon. And until my next video, like this one, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching movies and TV.